Good afternoon, friend. Erin Chase from $5 Dinners, and welcome to my Dinner Made Easy show, the weekly live stream videos that we do here on the $5 Dinners Facebook page that are designed to help you spend less money on groceries, save time in the kitchen, not lose your mind feeding your family every single night, because why do they have to eat every day? I don't know. I don't get it. I mean, I do get it. And I want to share a new recipe with you. It's brand new on the blog, actually, like brand new on the blog. I actually still need to write it, but I wanted to get the recipe up for you because this is a bit of a pressing matter. I shared this morning on the page, I shared a question that I had seen on the Money Magazine Facebook page, and I was like, well, that's an interesting question. My two answers came up right away. The question was, what price increases are you seeing most with inflation? And gas and beef, really. Chicken's gone up a little bit, but like beef has gone up. And it got me thinking about a strategy that I've used all along, and I've shared it before. And in the past, I've shared it more like with more expensive cuts of meat or seafood. Like if you're gonna make salmon, I'm all for salmon. It's great, it's healthy, omegas, all the things. You need to, it's more expensive though. It's harder to do a $5 meal with salmon. You need to pair it with something super inexpensive. And so that got me thinking, okay, well, since beef is going up so much, we need to do something like that with beef. What can I pair with ground beef? Because that's an easy cut that makes tons of recipes. Obviously, you could do like a pasta, beef and pasta casserole or a homemade hamburger helper kind of deal in the skillet. And I wanted to get even cheaper than that. And I brought in my friend Ramen. Okay. And this is what we're going to do today. We're going to brown ground beef with a little ginger. This is a fun little twist. If you want to use ginger in your cabinet, go ahead, like your spice cabinet, use that or use fresh ginger. I'm going to use fresh ginger here. We're going to just jump right in. I'm going to get the ground beef cooking. Whoops, sorry. And we're going to get going. So, cooking the ground beef, we're going to just brown 1 pound of ground beef, whichever cut you prefer. I think this is a sirloin. And while this is starting to brown, I'm going to go ahead and slice the ginger so that I can essentially saute the ginger with the beef, just to soften it up a little bit. If you've never cooked with fresh ginger before, it's pretty simple. I'm not going to use all of this ginger for this meal. I'm going to save, I'll probably use a little for other tea, probably. I just need a little piece like that. With ginger, we just want to get it sliced fairly thin so that we can saute it almost as if you were like sauteing with like chopped onion or something like that. You can peel, you can also just slice off like that. I'm just going to kind of slice around. Just one less thing for me to have to clean later because I do think about those kinds of things. Is that weird that my brain thinks about those kinds of things? Like, oh, I'm just going to like hack this because I don't want to have to wash the peeler. All right, and I'm not even going to use this little knobby part. I'll save it for my tea, but I'm not going to use it for this. You just need about an inch. Cut off any super, I don't know if you can see the stringy, like you don't need to use that. If you can cut down in here a little further, it won't be quite as stringy. You can leave them circle like this. Like I'm just going to eat these whole. If you wanted to really mince them, you could do that. Just cut them real small. Actually, I might cut these into like quarters here. And then I'm just going to toss these right in with the beef, and this will just kind of cook through. I'm really looking for the fragrance and the flavor here to go with this. If you saw the other, this is 4 ingredients, my friends. Oh, maybe add a little onion and garlic to the ground beef if you want to, but you don't have to. Little minced onion or chopped onion. But the core of this recipe is essentially 4 ingredients. The beef, the ginger, the ramen, and the sauce. Whatever sauce is cheapest, my friend. You can mix up your own, Asian sauce if you have those kinds of ingredients on hand. If you don't have those kinds of ingredients on hand, let me switch back. I'm over here now. Sorry. I always have a harder time doing lives when I have to cook on my stovetop versus on the counter because it's a little bit more back and forth. So bear with me. All right, this water's boiling, so I'm going to not use the spice packs that come with the ramen. If you want to, you certainly can, but you don't have to. Okay, we are just going to drop these and any of the little fragments right in to the boiling water. These both should fit just fine. Okay, and then 3 minutes, and I've already got my strainer over by the sink, so we're gonna just put these in for 3 minutes. Don't forget about all these other little characters. Okay, if you want to put the flavor with the beef, the spice packs, go for it. But I want this sauce, the saucy flavor. Okay, so let me do this, and then as soon as these are done, I'm actually going to set a timer because live video, it's easy for me to get distracted. So this is beef going up in price plus ramen because 37 cents plus times 2. Somebody do that math. It's too late in the day. 37 cents times 2 plus the ground beef plus the sauce. Super affordable. I know beef's more expensive right now. That's not really something we can do anything about. The thing that we can do about it is make meals like this, where we're pairing with other inexpensive ingredients. Other inexpensive ingredients, rice. Rice. Make like a cheeseburger rice skillet. Super easy. Burger, or ground beef, tomatoes, rice, cheese, some spices. Super simple. This is just a new fun one I wanted to share with you. I do have the cheeseburger skillet recipe on the $5 dinner site. I'll put it in the comments whenever we're done here live. Okay, we have one trying to sneak out here. Just give them a little stir, gentle stir. Doesn't take much. That's the other thing about ramen is it cooks so quickly. No wonder every college and post-college kid loves ramen. I mean, you don't have to be post-college to love ramen. We love ramen, so. All right, this is almost done browning. And then once it's finished, drain if you need to. Depends on your preference and what meat you got. Then all we're going to do is stir in the sauce. Again, any kind of sauce. A teriyaki sauce will work. This is just a stir-fry sauce. If you have gluten or soy intolerances, you could go with, I think it's a tamari sauce. If that's the one I'm thinking of, is that right? Teriyaki, stir fry, sweet chili, I think would even be good with this. Any sort of sauce that's going to kind of pull the ramen and the beef together. If you want to do a homemade version of something like that, just with ingredients you have in your pantry, totally go for that. That's a great option. And I will probably use half of this jar of stir fry sauce. You probably only need about, yeah, that's probably right. I probably need 3/4 of a cup to a cup. I don't want this to be saucy. I want this to be like, I don't want it to be like spaghetti sauce with meat, right? If you do a big jar of spaghetti sauce and meat and like a pound of ground beef, that's real. I would call that saucy. There's more sauce than meat. I want there to be like more meat than sauce with this consistency wise. And I'll show you in a minute once I mix it all together what I mean by that. You know what? I am going to drain this just a little bit more than I want for this. And I've got 17 seconds left. So this is great timing. You can also see how fast this is to do. And then if you even use ground ginger instead of sliced ginger, that's a little bit even less prep work there. Okay. Let me just grab a bowl to drain this. Hang on. Got it. But first, before we do that, let me do the ramen. I already had a strainer over here. Basically, that's going to now go from the strainer directly back into the, turn everything off real quick, directly into the skillet with the meat and the sauce. I just need to drain this super quick. I'm sorry, I'm right off camera. Okay, if you're just joining us, we are making, the idea hit me that along the lines of my salmon philosophy, like when I'm making salmon, salmon's a more expensive cut of meat. And so I want to pair that with inexpensive ingredients. I mean, I don't remember the last time we didn't have salmon with rice. Okay. So that's kind of my go-to when it comes to salmon is just a simple rice with the salmon. Okay. So I'm going to turn this back over onto low heat. So I just drained that ground beef with the ginger. We're going to stir in a stir fry sauce, maybe 3/4 of a cup, maybe a cup. Again, we want this to be meatier than saucier. I'm making up words here. Okay, if you love this concept of pairing what right now is more expensive because inflation, supply chain, whatever. Ooh, I think I even added a little too much sauce. That's okay. It'll be good. I'll show you in a sec. More expensive ground beef, pair it with ramen. You guys, 37 cents a pack. That's at least the price at my store. So like that. I mean, even thinner than Sloppy Joe. Some of the noodles will pick up a little bit of the sauce, but we want it to be thinned out a little bit. All right. So the last step is going to be to add those 2 packs of ramen right after you've drained it, right in here. And then we're going to just use our ramen's a little bit gentler. Excuse me, I can't think of words. I can't do math and I can't think of words, you guys. Ramen will tear easier than pasta is what I'm going for here. So we're just going to gently kind of toss this. Actually, you know what? Let me bring this over here. This doesn't really need to be on the stove. Let me bring this over here so you can see a little more. Whoop, there we go. Okay. So this is it. The super simple, super affordable, 4 ingredients or less, depending on what spices you have in your cabinet and if you're using onion and garlic and things like that. I often don't count spices when I think of like a 5-ingredient meal. I mean, it's super simple. I know it's not the sexiest color-wise, if you wanted to add a little bit of like parsley or something like that. But of course, I'll be serving this probably with a little, I think I have like half a salad mix left and probably some green beans or broccoli. So just an affordable, simple side dish, probably just some broccoli, maybe even sauteed and some olive oil to get the veggies and the color in there. Of course, if you wanted to add like bell peppers in when you're browning the ground beef, you could do a green bell pepper. I think a red bell pepper would be fabulous. You could also chunk up some onions and do some onion pieces in there. If you wanted to do, thinking along the lines of more of a 1-dish meal where you're putting everything into the stir fry, you could do it that way. But for us tonight, I just wanted to share this simple option with you of having the couple of ingredients together, serve it with a simple side dish. And you've just got this amazing, fabulous option that is made more affordable. I want you to be thinking that's, $5 dinners. People say, whoa, is that $7 dinners now? I'm like, yeah, actually, sometimes it is, and that's okay. The whole premise of $5 dinners is to help you think about your ingredient costs, how all of that works together for a single meal tonight, how it works together for all your dinner meals throughout the week, and just having the mindset of, let me just be really conscious of what I'm spending on ingredients and then how I'm forming those into a meal, and that's going to help me reduce my grocery spending. That makes me think of the plans that we have created over the years, starting back in 2013, the 20 meals for 150 plans. We have 12 of those, I believe. And that's the whole idea. 20 meals for $150 breaks out to be about $7.50 a meal. But the concept is getting ingredients in bulk or on sale and mixing and matching with other ingredients that are really affordable to bring down the overall cost of your meal, also to get meals made ahead and put into the freezer. So that's the idea here. That's what I want you to take away. Is especially right now as we're fighting against the rising meat prices, we need to be thinking about simpler, affordable meals just like this one. So ground beef and ramen. I threw the recipe onto the blog. I need to finish adding a couple of photos and stuff to it. I'll do that later this evening so that you can get that saved, pinned, printed, however you do your recipes. I want to help make this season that we're in of, the rising costs and the inflation, I want to help make it easier for you and give you ideas and inspiration and make things more affordable. In the next couple of weeks, we're going to be talking a lot about freezer cooking. The 20 meals for 150 plans I mentioned just a minute ago evolved into a whole entire freezer cooking program. So I'm going to be sharing more about that starting Monday. This next week, I have to do my show on Monday for the Erin Chase show, and then we'll be featuring some different recipes from the different kind of types of freezer meals that we like to share and cook because they're fast, efficient, easy, smooth, affordable, all the things. So ground beef and ramen stir fry is what's happening at our house. Get this on your menu. Twist it up however you like, as I mentioned, with the different sauces or even tossing in some veggies in there. And you've got yourself an affordable meal. You can pat yourself on the back. I'm going to give you a high five right now for working hard to be mindful of the money you're spending on groceries. I have long said that we have the most control over our grocery spending in all the different line items of our budget. It's one that you can control if you put a little mind and a little, not really muscle, but mind and muscle into it, and get going on doing what you can to control what you're spending, even though we're in this season of inflation. That does not matter. It does matter because it hurts, but we still have to, I guess what it means is we have to work harder and smarter to be good stewards and be prudent spenders of the food dollars that we have in our budget. All right, I want to end it with that, my friend. Have a beautiful rest of your evening, and I will see you Monday morning for the next episode of the Erin Chase Show. I normally do this on Tuesdays, but I'll see you Monday. Have a great rest of your evening, and we'll see you soon.